This is the August 7th
Didn't say
meeting
action.
of the policy review group, and we're talking about employee computer use policy tonight. So the draft that we started with had all these different headings, subheadings. The title, I thought we ought to include the word employee because that's really who it's directed to.
The only reason I think it says computer use policy, because that's what was on it before, I believe. I don't think I've changed
So
much of
the town
anything.
one-
No, I mean the one we
Oh, the one you
used,
were-
the
oh, okay,
Minnesota or
okay.
whatever it is, so
Do you want
Oh,
to take
alright.
notes? Are you updating this one?
I will update this one. She's going to let me have hers.
You think?
Yeah, because I can print off another copy of
Right.
them.
Just a computer use.
Right,
But-
that's why it said so.
Um,
Oh, you've got it? Can I use this?
Yeah, that's not that though, is it?
No, it isn't.
No, it isn't. Okay.
This was the composite that you
Right.
had heard some, that's right, we don't have to go through every page of it.
That's okay.
What I was looking at was, you know, before the night is over, this bug is gonna be dead. Keeps crossing in front of my eyes. We have a personal use section, electronic mail, software. And I just, in my own mind, I went through and thought about what order they might be in. And we can reorder them in the end. But I was thinking that once we stated what the policy is, and what I had written down for a draft with much more work, I was gonna say something to the effect that this policy governs the use of the town's electronic communication information systems by employees. Specifically, this policy applies to all employees whose business location is within the townhouse building. Now, I thought about that more and I'm thinking, the library is separate, but I don't know if people consider that a part of the townhouse building.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
Excluding the library, it's all the departments that are here in the rest of this building.
What about when they take the computer off-site?
Well, there's only that one.
Right, but I don't want it to be a loophole.
No, I'm just saying, so maybe this isn't the way to say it, but this policy applies to employees whose business location, I mean, if you take work home with you or outside, this is still your primary business location, is it not?
Mhm.
Well, we can change those words. I was trying to come up with something that represented the rest of the people in this building. Whether we refer to them by department name. Anyway, we just want to distinguish, we just want to be able to say who's responsible, accountable to this policy. I mean, it doesn't cover the transfer station. It doesn't cover the library. It doesn't cover the school people because they have their own of everything, it seems.
Right.
Anyway, so obviously that needs some work. But then in order of what I was thinking was importance, I listed passwords and securities, then email, internet, IM, software. And the personal use and the employee acknowledgement I put at the end.
Does it, are you keeping the line in the beginning where it says that you realize people will use it on their, use the computers for personal use, as long as it didn't interfere?
Yeah, I didn't take that out.
Is that part of the policy part, up front? And then cover it at the end?
What?
Somewhere in there is a line that says that the town realizes people will use the computer for personal use
Yeah.
So
sometime.
down here
during
under
the day.
personal use.
Okay. We're going to put this at the end, though, right?
I don't know, I'm just suggesting, you know,
You mean the whole section?
Right. But
do you
there's,
think that that section belongs at the end, or do you think it belongs up front?
nope, that's fine, putting it at the end is fine. I just wanted to stick just that little blurb in there at the very beginning so that don't get too tired reading the whole policy and don't cover the personal use section. So somewhere in there, just stick, personal, computers can be used for personal use.
If they
Or
get tired of reading
acknowledged.
3 pages of policy, I don't want them working for me.
You know they're not going to.
It seems to me that this computer policy in
4 pages, sorry.
the towns spends a lot of time telling people what they can use it for in their personal use. And then it goes on to say, but it can't, interrupt your work.
Right. And you don't want to start telling them what they can't do, because then if something else comes up and it's not in there, you're going to get the, so just listing a couple of what you can do's.
Hmm. What, under software, hardware, games, why would we want an employee to be putting photos on here, on the town system?
What if it's somebody from, like Mr. Paul, that does zoning or,
Well, this says you can't do these. The following is approved software that may be, without prior approval, I'm sorry, I was reading it backwards.
Okay, so it's business related, not,
right, right, that's all I can figure is
Not
business
personal.
related, right?
okay. I'm wondering if it would be more productive for each of us to take a section or two, rewrite those, and then come back and
Maybe.
try to redo,
Sure.
as opposed to going through, having 4 of us go through line by line.
Okay.
I mean, I just, don't feel comfortable with this stuff anyway, because it isn't something that I'm speaking knowledgeable in or was ever comfortable with. So it's, I look at a lot of this personal stuff inside, and I'm thinking about the environment I work in. You wouldn't have it,
Right.
it's just
Actually,
not gonna happen.
my company specifically says you can't do it.
You
And-
can't
and
do
then-
anything
and then
personal,
when
it
Right.
says that?
And then when I think of around here, and you have so many people that don't work a 40-hour week, it's like, because of the short amount of hours they're here, I'm assuming that they're pretty darn busy.
But what if they come in early or stay late? Some,
Right.
so. I know it's not during their work hours, but they're still using the town computer. They should probably just go over to the library. But.
I don't know how many they have over there.
Yeah, or what hours they're open.
Yeah, they have limited hours too, they're not open every day of the week. So,
Okay, give me a section.
well,
You better write down your own section, because I'm only writing down mine.
Okay.
well, I had the passwords and securities, there's one for email, internet, instant messaging, I think is fine, just probably as is, there's not a whole lot to say, other than
Don't do it.
we don't know. Talked about storing and transferring documents. Hello?
Did you hear that?
Yes, some little
Nope,
music.
nothing.
Um,
Well, I think Steve can handle all those. He's a big computer person.
You can have the storing and transferring of documents, how's that?
I'll take instant messaging.
Software, hardware, games, screensavers. I'll do that, how's that? You can just change it a lot. Where is that? That's you. Nobody gets instant messaging. Electronic mail. What else? Internet. Oh, do you want to also do passwords? So you have the employee's signature
You
block.
can do the employee signature.
Yep.
Do you want to do the internet and the email, or do you want to do one of those two, or do you want to do the personal use one?
No, that's okay. I'll do internet and email.
Then I'll ask Elaine to do the personal use one.
Okay. What about the beginning? That little block in the beginning?
Which is basically the policy section. Shall we all take a separate crack at that?
You can do it if you want. You want us to all take a crack and see whose we like best?
You can arm wrestle on that.
I guess I've already given you enough, huh?
I'll take a whack at it if you want. You want me to do it? What's it called?
Well, it's
Policy.
the policy section,
Policy statement?
yeah. Well, then I'll ask Elaine to do that too, and I will. How's that?
Okay, so we're all going to take a crack at the policy?
Sure.
Yep.
I just want to, with the corporate document that you have there, are there any sections that we just totally left out? I think the downloading software is in that software, hardware, game section.
Does it actually say in there, no expectation of privacy in here? I like,
Somewhere it does.
it does, okay, because I like that.
Right there. Is that the?
Okay, yep.
um,
And I had, you know, where she was saying that emails over 90 days or 30 days or something, she tries to delete, clean up her email box and stuff. I had a good example of emails that could be deleted right away, and that's the one when somebody writes back, thank you. You know, somebody asks you a question, you
Yeah,
give
just
them an
a-
answer, and it's sometimes very annoying when all they do is send back, thank you.
Yeah.
Because then you gotta sit there, you gotta stop what you're doing, reopen the mail, was it the right thing you did? Thank you. I mean, I know it's polite and all, but
It's a waste of
it
time.
is, it's a big waste of time. So that's when you can delete right away, you don't have to wait 30 days.
Did you have a section on that? Was that the storage section?
Yeah,
Storing and transferring documents. Or is it more retention?
do we have a
Is it the same
retention
thing?
policy? I would say storage and, well, I
We
don't know.
have retention, because. when
Oh,
we
that's right, she had the
talked to
book.
Jennifer about that, she had a separate book about how long the town had to archive different types of documents.
That's state policy,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then there's basically IRS policies that determine how long somebody like the treasurer would have to keep some of her documentation. if it's at all related to taxes. So, that's what the policy, is it just three
Yep.
Yep.
pages? Okay. Um, And the town had this unacceptable list activity, unacceptable list. You don't want to go that way, you want to just tell them what they can do, more than anything.
Right.
Okay.
You shoved my keys through my leg.
And
Not as good as you think.
Are you stabbing him?
Nope,
No,
he did it
I
to
stabbed
himself.
myself.
Did it to himself. Oh, I got your bug.
Good, keep him over there. You can sit in the lane seat. The other thing on this draft, everything that talks about it talks about the technical department. Thought I crossed a bunch of them.
Yeah, I
out.
saw you had a bunch crossed out already.
Why can't I see it now? All right, anything in here that talks about the technical department being the authority on anything or anybody to consult, I think needs to be changed to office manager, since she's the one in charge of all the data off.
And if she has a problem, she calls. What's her name? Erin.
Ted,
Bob.
Ted Clark.
Bob's here.
Don't worry.
Ted Clark on my quarter years. No, Ted, he's the outside tech, has the master password. Mike is cable TV.
I think we should put on a skit one of these nights for the,
You should do what?
we should put on a skit for the TV show.
Come
This
in
is the
costume.
skit,
Oh, all right.
although it's a dull one tonight. Okay, I think that will do it.
Sure.
Looking ahead at the calendar, and I'll confirm this with Elaine, do you know what your dates are that you're available on Tuesdays in September?
On Tuesdays, I do believe we're available all the time, all the Tuesdays.
Okay, I won't be here the week of the 4th. And
Okay.
actually, that would be, because our next meeting is August 21st, so 2 weeks later would be the 4th.
And you're not here?
So I'll be away that week. Could we jump to the September 11th and the 25th?
Sure.
Right. Well, I'll email Elaine, so you'll have time to check your calendars
Okay.
before I give the schedule to Jennifer. Okay. I think we're done for tonight. Thank you.